Hi, good evening. Vanakkam, namaste. This is Arun Krishnamurthy from E.F.I. And every evening we try to do a quiz. And that every evening for us comes once in 6 months. And we also sincerely try to do this quiz, something related to India's environment. We've always spoken about the lakes, the ponds, the rivers, the crabs, the snakes, the turtles, and much, much more. Today, we are reviving and restoring lakes across this country. Almost 18 states in this country where we are reviving lakes and ponds. Just starting from here in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, very unfortunate. There was a massive landslide which has unfortunately killed many fellow Indians, and our sympathies to those families who've lost their loved ones. There is a soil story to talk about. Then we move to Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha. In all these states, E.F.I is reviving lakes and ponds. And when we are reviving lakes and ponds, we interact a lot with soil. And soil is a forgotten substrate. Soil is a forgotten phenomena, and maybe we're not giving all the due attention that we need to for the soil. When the Wayanad news hit us this afternoon, when we were told that many lives have been lost to a massive landslide, the road between Mangalore and Mangalore is today under a pile of rubble. Yes, it also hit us. We were in a lake. We were in one of our lakes, the Vellanur Periyeri, where we've made a huge earthen embankment. By desilting that lake and putting on that soil on that embankment, we thought we should play an India environment soil quiz. The minute I started preparing for this quiz, the beautiful city of Chennai showered me with some love. It started to rain. And my first question is something related to soil and rain. We're doing this quiz on two platforms, YouTube and here on Instagram. If you're joining us, this is Arun Krishnamurthy, not supported by any of these brands, but simply playing for this brand, E.F.I, the Environmentalist Foundation of India, your environment conservation partner. And if you're watching Paris Olympics and if you're very happy that India's won 2 bronze, Manu Baker, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but Manu, the bronze champion. Here we are at E.F.I also playing the E.F.I Olympics. Check indiavolunteer.org. indiavolunteer.org. We've tried convincing you in many languages, wearing many different leafy clothes and donning many different hats. Without further ado, here is the first question. And I was reminding about E.F.I Olympics. Go to indiavolunteer.org and you will find E.F.I Olympics. When it rains, the earth sends out a nice aroma. What is that called? When it rains, when the first drop of rains hit the earth, there is a nice aroma that arises. And how do you classify this? What do you call it? Don't tell me earthen smell. Oh, that smell that we get. Yes, two leaves. That could be too political, no? When people just show 2 leaves, that's why the clothes have to be full of leaves. So now, when the first drop of rains hit the soil, Samyukta Ganesan says Petri Chor, Sri Krishna says Petri Chor, and maybe if you're the smart ones, the teacher from Erode says Petri Chor. If you're all giving me Petri Chor, go a little deeper. Remember, you are playing this quiz. Man Vasanai. Remember, you're playing this quiz with a microbiologist, a self-claimed microbiologist. Give me more. How does this happen? Petri Chor. Yes, you're all answer chores. You steal one other's answer and then you just claim credit. Yes, come on. Petri Chor is the answer, but how? So when the first drop of rains happen on a dry, parched land parcel, and it has to be slow rains. It can't be the kind of rains that we see in Chennai. It should technically be the kind of rains that you will see in places like, let's say a rain shadow region or a slow rain fed zone where the earth is being steadily, at a point, being given rain slow and steady. This water goes into the ground below and it creates these nice bubbles. These bubbles are acted upon by a bacteria called actinomycetes. Yes, a gram positive, an anaerobic bacteria, aerosols. Yes, These are the aerosols which come from the soil. The actinomycetes gives rise to the petrichor. And somebody's been very kind in pointing out Bangalore. Show me where in Bangalore there is earth where the rain can hit soil. You only have Madiwala underpass, you only have metro, and under the metro you have a flyover. So please don't talk about cities. We are talking about beautiful earth, like that which you'll find in our Devanahalli lake, that people fall in love with the lake, that they sometimes even die in our lakes. Yes, the first question we've asked you today, the earthen smell that hits our nasal chamber as soon as those first drop of rains hit the soil, and you've given me the answer. It's petrichor. Yes, we're playing EFI's India Environment Quiz. This is the soil quiz, and you are here playing this quiz with EFI. Check out EFI Olympics. And then don't forget to ask me what is EFI 500. We will tell you what EFI 500 is. And also, we're going to tell you about Devanahalli Lake. We're going to tell you about the lake Cromulent. There's Raju Microbot, which says, who's not which, because it's a microbot, the word came as which, but Raju gives me Cromulent. We're going to question number 2. Common throughout the river basins. This soil type is common throughout the river basins, deltas, and estuaries. Yes, common throughout the river basin, mostly in northern India and even in southern India. And in the plains, you'll find this most next to deltas and estuaries. This is the most productive soil, and this is the most prevalent one in our country. Name this soil. Soil that is commonly found in river basins, in deltas, and estuaries. It is the most productive. It is the most productive. It is also the most prevalent. Lavanya Murugayan says alluvial. Srivatsan says alluvial. Sustainer snapper. What a name. Pragati says alluvial. Alluvial soil. Okay, you really, all of you have to have simple names. That's why our parents name us Arun and whatever. Yeah, why do you all have such difficult names? I'm not even able to read your names. Common throughout the river basins, deltas, and estuaries. Unforgettable is asking me with a question mark. I'm not going to answer that. We're playing EFI's India Environment Soil Quiz. I've already told you, go check out indiavolunteer.org, where you will find a medals tally of how EFI and its staff members are organizing multiple activities. And I have so many answers here in YouTube from Anu Ganga, stock market class, FJ2S official, and many others. Thank you for actively participating here on. And if you think I'm looking everywhere, it's because there's soil everywhere, and we're playing this quiz on YouTube, here on Instagram. And we've asked you 2 questions. The first question we asked you was, what is that aroma that hits the nasal chamber when the first drop of rains hit the soil? And through aerosols, actinomycetes, it was a petrichor. Second question, the most prevalent soil on earth, not on earth, in India, and you'll find it Ondru Bhumi, whatever that means, ma'am. Yes, one thing which you'll find technically across the river basin, and then here in the delta in the south, the most prevalent, most productive, it is the alluvial soil. Let's go to question number 3. You'll all be able to answer this like that. Ferric oxide gives the soil its color. Name it. Ferric oxide gives this soil its color. Name it. Ferric oxide gives this soil its color. Name it. And if some of you, Mr. Heisenberg says red, Samyukta Ganesan says red. Ferric oxide gives this soil its color. Ferric oxide gives this soil its color. Less lime, less phosphates, less manganese, and this soil technically is not able to hold that much water, and reddish brown to black. Sometimes we'll have to decide. We always can't be so confused. Yeah, in certain things we'll have to stick to something. Is it red? Is it brown? Is it red brown to black? What is it? Now you have to give me one answer. Ferric oxide gives the soil its color. Yes. Less rainfall, Pondicherry to more. And if you're a huge A.R. Rahman fan, remember this song where there is this actor called Arjun with Madhubala. They're dancing, and that's somewhere from near where I studied in Petit Seminar in Pondicherry, and close to the coast. Nice little red canyons, and that's the red soil we're talking about. Ferric oxide gives the soil its color, and thus the name, which is extremely insoluble, imparts a red color to the soil. Brilliant. It is the red soil. Yes. Now, this is a nice question. Try answering this. Soil capable of self-ploughing. Soil capable of self-ploughing. When dry, it develops broad fissures. Name the soil. Soil that is capable of self-ploughing. NVM light brown. Does that mean never mind light brown? No, you're playing this quiz with a 37-year-old, so you can't use those short forms. I don't know what they mean. Soil that is capable of self-ploughing. When dry, it develops broad fissures. Name the soil. Here I'm checking YouTube for answers, and I have Anu Ganga. What a nice name, Anu Ganga. I'll tell you why. Ganga is responsible for most of the fertile, productive soil that this country enjoys. And I have one such a person playing this quiz with us with that name. And what an apt name to play this quiz with. Laterite soil, somebody says. The teacher from Erode says black soil, clay soil. Srivatsan says black soil. Pragati says Srivatsan plus soil. I don't know what is Srivatsan plus soil. We are not interested in that soil. Give me an answer. What is the soil? Yes. Soil capable of self-ploughing. And maybe all of us are this soil, self-ploughing. We just damage our own selves. Yes. It is the black soil. The black soil, when dry, it's a good characteristic. Self-ploughing is self-introspection. We go deep inside. We go deep inside that sometimes we might even shed everything and still not be so ashamed. That is self-ploughing. Yes. Soil capable of self-ploughing, when dry, it develops broad fissures, and we call this black soil. Brilliant. Vertisol. You're just throwing big names at us as I was going to discuss all of it. Now look, this is the Ashad or the Adi month according to Indian calendars. Adi in Tamil, Ashadam in Telugu, Ashad in Hindi. And this month is a lot of wind. And in Tamil, there's a beautiful saying, Adi Kathika Ammi Kallum Parakum. Sustainability beautifully embedded in our languages. And it simply translates to, in the month of Adi, there will be so much wind. You ask anybody who's been to Ooty. My friends in Ooty have been telling me how it's been so abnormally windy this year. Yes, the wind can even carry big grinding stones. That's what is that Tamil saying. Now move ahead a little bit. Adi also brings a lot of rain and water. The Kaveri has a beautiful celebration called Adi Perukku. Adi Perukku translates to Kaveri's abundant flow. And Adi Perukku is the first ever water celebration that this world saw. World Water Day is March 22nd. Forget it. Adi Perukku is the 18th day of the Adi month, and it happens to be August the 3rd. If you're just joining us here to play this India Environment Soil Quiz, my dear fellow brethren, this is a humble request. On the 3rd of August, can you please celebrate water? And can you please celebrate India's water? Whether it's the Brahmaputra, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Tamrabarni, Tungabhadra, Periyar, to Musi, Meethi, Narmada, Sabarmati, Ganga, Yamuna, Khan, Satluj, Ravi, Bias, Chenab, all these rivers have to be celebrated. August the 3rd, the Ashadam, Adi, 18th day is Adi Perukku. And if you still want to know a little bit more about Adi Perukku, go to YouTube, search for E.F.I. Adi Perukku. You think Puma would make a documentary on Adi Perukku? They won't. E.F.I. does. And that's why you should go to YouTube, search for Environmentalist Foundation of India. Yes. And wearing a Dorshalan t-shirt, I'm telling you, celebrate India's water, Adi Perukku. So you've been told about E.F.I. Olympics. I'm yet to tell you about E.F.I. 500. I've reminded you about Adi Perukku. You will go on YouTube and you will find, if you're already on YouTube, you will find Adi Perikku. E.F.I is Adi Perikku, and then you will watch it. Yes. How to celebrate without polluting waters? Yes, ma'am, I'm definitely going to do that. The fifth question we are asking you, soil that is extremely soft when wet, but hard when dry. Give me the name of the soil. Soil that is extremely soft when wet, hard when dry. Give me the name of the soil. We're playing E.F.I's India Environment Soil Quiz. And I've asked you questions ranging from petrichor, ferric oxide giving the color to the soil, which is the red soil, soil that self-plows, which is the black soil, soil that is most prevalent, river basin, delta, which is the alluvial soil. And now we've asked you question number 5, soil that is extremely soft when wet, but extremely hard when dry. Clay, black, give me a better name. Clay, black, give me a better name. Maybe not just clay. The soil has certain other components to it. So you can't just classify it as clay. Give me more. Give me more. Give me more. Wherever you're searching, search a little deeper and more. Definitely it has clay in it. Definitely it's a mixture of components. There is a broader name that we're looking for. There is a broader name. Yes. Pragati this time is not going +1 with anyone. She's going stag entry and she's given me the answer. Give me more, give me more. Maybe you all can just do Pragati underscore Sambrani plus. Yeah, this time. The teacher from E Road's giving me an answer. We're asking you soil that is extremely soft when it's wet, hard when it's dry. The previous question was self-ploughing soil. Now, maybe it's in my head, I don't know how you're all thinking. Don't you find a human connection to this too? We're really soft, heartbroken, we're crying, that's when it's all wet. We're really strong, and then we're like, I don't give a damn. We're very hard, and then we're like, chuck it. We're very dry in the eyes. Yes, it is the laterite soil. Clay soil is definitely yes. Clay is soft. Yes, it is also hard when it's dry. No denying it. But the components and the categorization take it to one step further. The laterite soil, which is rich in iron and aluminium, as here pointed out by the teacher. We're going one further now. I'm asking you next question. Sediments from a river. Sediments from a river keep depositing into a lake, and thereafter they form a lacustrine plain. The river keeps flowing, and the river keeps feeding a lake. Yes. And then the sediments from this river keep depositing in that lake, and they form a lacustrine plain. What is lacustrine? A lake bed, soil formation in a lake bed becomes lacustrine. Sediments from a river keep depositing in a lake. What is this kind of soil called? And it has a nice Indian name. Give me that. Sediments from the river keep depositing into a lake, and then the lake has a lacustrine soil pattern. And what is the Indian name to this? It's good to grow saffron. It's good to grow apple in this kind of soil. Loamy soil. Okay. Give me more. I'm asking you for an Indian name. We're playing E.F.I's India Environment Soil Quiz. I'm playing this quiz with Anu Ganga, SD, and many others. JKR, FJ to us. JKR doesn't come to the site to fence, but happily plays the quiz with us online. I'm so happy. Here we are playing this quiz with many of you. Vandal, says Srivatsan. Topsoil, soft silt. Okay. Vandal is a nice name to it. But Vandal is more in the plains. If you were talking more in the hills, give me more, give me more. Vandalman is brilliant. Silt is brilliant. All that is correct. That's not Indian. Please wait. I am waiting. I was waiting. And I would happily wait on a Royal Enfield too, because I've learned how to wait. So come on, give me more, give me more. I'm asking for a nice, I've given you saffron, I've given you apple. Think those areas, Himachal, Kashmir. Come up with a name. Are they calling it Vandal in Kashmir? Are they calling it Vandal in Himachal? They're calling it Vandal in Tamil Nadu, no doubt. What are we calling it? Sediments from a river keep depositing. Karisal, what a beautiful name, huh? Karisal Kadu, yes. Sediments from the river keep depositing over a period of time into a lake bed, and this gives rise to a lacustrine plain. And what do you call it? There, Samyukta Ganesan quickly took us to Simla, quickly took us to Srinagar, and she's given us Kareva. BRB crying. Yes, I'll wait. Please finish and come back. So, Kareva, yeah. Kareva is the soil. Kareva. Yeah. Kareva is the soil and it's really good. It's really good to grow saffron, apple, and more. We're playing E.F.I's India Environment Quiz and we are playing the soil quiz today. The reason why we are playing this, midday today, when we were at field, we're checking lakes after lake, which we are restoring. You know, E.F.I is restoring lakes which are as big as, not a collective of lakes, which when put together are nearly 800 football fields. And don't think of one of your urban, those artificial grass futsal or whatever you call it. We're talking about real football fields. Almost 800 football field size lakes we are restoring. We're digging those lakes, we're putting the soil, creating those bunds, making those islands. EFIblog.org. EFIblog.org. If you're a cameraman who's forgotten lighting and has gone back to Bollywood, Tollywood, this is the time you go check EFIblog.org or indiavolunteer.org or indiaenvironment.org, or you simply go to YouTube and search Environmentalist Foundation of India, EFI Adi Perukku. And if you're thinking, Arun, stop with your EFI branding, you really thought I'm going to wear this t-shirt and talk about them? No, I'm here to talk about us. And I'm talking for us. Soil. Here is question number 7. Here is question number 7. The presence of high proportion of sodium. The presence of high proportion of sodium ions relative to other cations in soil gives rise to which soil type? Gives rise to which soil type? Bro, Dr. NGP Arts and Science College Eco Club members clean Coimbatore Lake, Kurichi Lake. Brilliant, huh? Brilliant. Keep cleaning and connect with EFI volunteer. Not just Kurichi, Selva Chintamani Kadapatti Lake. So many other lakes will clean Flash X28 and we will support you in a big way. Let's do this more. I've asked you question number 7. The presence of high proportion of sodium ions relative to other cations in soil gives rise to which soil type? This is not going to be very simple as who is the new president of Venezuela, which you can just go type and come back and give me a name. No, this is a difficult question. With EFI. Brilliant. If you're cleaning a lake, it has to be with EFI, no? Brilliant. I'm so happy. The presence of high proportion of sodium ions relative to other cations in soil gives rise to which soil type? Yellow soil. Give me a better name. Sustain a Snapper has given me yellow soil. Give me another name. I'm going to look for my answer from my Ganga, arid soil, loamy soil, FJ2 SS Vidhan, sodic soil. There. The teacher has come with a banger and there she's thrown the answer at us. Sodic soil. It is the sodic soil. When sodium ions are much more than other cations in soil, it becomes sodic soil. I'll give you a top-up question. And this is not the 8th question. I'll just give you a top-up question, 7th question. Which state in India has the most sodic soil? Think. Which state in India do you think has the most sodic soil? You know what sodic soil is? SODIC. Sodic soil means sodium ions are much more than other cations in the soil. Sodicity soil. Sodic soil, yes. Red soil converts to yellow soil, then sodium is in excess, yes. The name is sodic soil. Where do you find a lot of sodic soil? Yellow soil. I never negated or denied the name yellow soil. I was just asking for the arid soil. Okay. Rajasthan. Come a little below. The region is right. It's Gujarat. Almost 38% of the sodic soil that you'll find in India is found in Gujarat. Almost 40%. What 38%? Almost 40% of the sodic soil that's found in India is in Gujarat. Yeah. And run of Kutch for a reason, the salt desert, maybe just not Saline, it's also the large scale sodic soil. Haryana says the teacher. Uttar Pradesh says SS Vidhan. We're playing E.F.I's India Environment Soil Quiz. I've reminded you about E.F.I Olympics. I've told you about Adi Perku, where you will go on YouTube and search for E.F.I's Adi Perku. August the 3rd, which is this Saturday, is Adi Perku, which is a water festival. Wherever you are in this country, you beautifully should celebrate a river close by. We're asking question number 8. Which state in India? Which state in India has the largest spread of saline soil? Which state in India has the largest spread of saline soil? Which state in India has the largest spread of saline soil? Anu Ganga has been true to her name. She's just given all the states' name. Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab. Ganga doesn't flow through Punjab, I know, but I'm just saying, yeah. Ganga's water maybe goes through some means. We're asking you question number 8. Which state in India has the largest spread of saline soil? We're playing E.F.I's India Environment Soil Quiz. You're playing this with Arun Krishnamurthy from E.F.I, not from this brand. Yes. And we've asked you questions ranging from petrichor, red soil, laterite, lacustrine, plains of lakes, and much more. Pragati says Gujarat or Rajasthan. Ashwini and Shrivats are giving answers which others may are not giving. The teacher says Gujarat. Sustain a Snapper says Maharashtra. It is Uttar Pradesh. It is Uttar Pradesh. And there's a twist to this question. Uttar Pradesh has the most territorial salinity in soil. West Bengal and Gujarat have the most salinity when it comes to coastal soil. When you go inlands of Gujarat and West Bengal, the salinity you will find in the territorial soil is much less compared to Uttar Pradesh. Soil's nourishment, a soil's nutrient value, and the soil's health depends completely on the mix of nutrients, the water holding capacity, yes, the water draining capacity, and the mix of clay, silt, sand, and much more. How porous is the soil, the breathability, the permeability, all of this is what makes soil healthy. And that's what we're talking today. We're not just talking some random politics or movies. We're talking soil, the base on which everything is, and how it came tumbling down today in Wayanad or in Madikere, where it took with it many lives. Very unfortunate. The most saline soil territorially in this country can be found in Uttar Pradesh. The most saline soil along the coast can be found in Gujarat, West Bengal, followed by Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu. The Western Ghats somehow still protects Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra. Look at the beauty of this country. And you thought it's all the same everywhere. Come to this, molly sol. Molly sols. Where in India will you find molly sols? MOLLISOL. Bro, after live visit, please, official Dr. NGP Arts and Science Instagram official page. You'll be see the lake cleaning video collab with E.F.I. If you're still going to be in Coimbatore, and let me know, you can visit us. Let's actually meet day after tomorrow in Coimbatore. 5:30 in Coimbatore. Yeah. And you can just inbox us here, FlashX28. I really want to meet you now because you're such a passionate young person who's talking so much about Kurichi Kulam cleanup. What's the difference between salinity and sodicity in soil? Samyukta, it's beautiful. Look, salinity is a combination, right? Sodium chloride and much more. Sodicity is hardcore. We're talking about one particular element, right? And there the concentration again matters. Combination of salts, right? Salinity and sodicity lead to one after the other, right? Whereas one and the other are not the same. It's as simple as that. Yes. And Samyukta, if you're keen on talking more about this, just so that I don't bore others, we will connect. Yes, we will connect. Maybe we'll even do a nice little live chat where we talk about soils, soil nutrient, and soil absorption rate and retention rate, and the nutrient load, offload, onload, and much more. Question is, moly salts. Where in India will you find moly salts? And I have my own conspiracy. Why is one big country attacking, one big politically big country is attacking a not so politically important but big country, and the world is watching? There are 3 countries in the world which have large moly salts. Moly salts. Thank you, Shailuji. Moly salts. Big fan. Still remember the times when E.F.I cropped up around 2011-12. Seminar on turtles and E.F.I theme. Oh wow! You're just making me clay soil now. I'm getting really moist up here. E.F.I has been around, huh? Thanks to all the wonderful people you're seeing here who are still playing these quiz with us. Thank you. E.F.I has been around. Molly soil is the world's most nutrient-rich soil where a lot of crops grow. Yes, a lot of crops grow. USA has it, Ukraine has it, Russia has it. And everybody is thinking that the world wants to gain power through technology. Maybe not, because end of day, food matters. Molly soils are rich, dark soil. They're just not rich and dark like up here. They're rich and dark all through. Yes, and it's so nutrient loaded that crops grow like magic on the soil. The large plains of USA has it. Russia has, not the frozen parts of Russia, the much brighter parts of Russia. Ukraine has it. That's why, yes, now you sit and get into that conspiracy mode. Why is this fellow attacking that fellow, and why is the rest of the fellows sitting and watching it? I don't know. That's not even my job. And we're just talking about moly salts. In India, you find them in Sikkim. In India, you find them in Sikkim. Yes, this is why India is fascinating. Salinity along the coast in Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, West Bengal, Gujarat. But the Western Ghats keep sending so much fresh soil load towards the coast along Maharashtra, Karnataka, Goa, and Kerala that the soil is not saline as much. Then we have sodicity, then we have salinity, then we have territorial salinity, we have alluvial, laterite, lacturine. What a beautiful country. The last one is not a question. It is simply a search you're going to do for me. Khadar and Bhangar. Khadar and Bhangar. Peat. Peat, clay peat. Look at clay peat of Chilika belt, of Pallikarnai belt, of the Puliket belt, of the Pichavaram belt, the mangroves, the paddy, the palm, the shallots, the peanuts. Khadar and Bhangar. Go search for them. What is Khadar? What is Bhangar? Northeast India has moly salt. Yes. Khadar and Bhangar. Khadar is one type. The second type is Bhangar. Bhangar. Khadar and Bhangar. These are Urdu Hindi names. I'm sure they have Marathi, Telugu, Tamil, Odia, Bengali names too for the same kind. What does Khadar and Bhangar refer to? They are soil types that I've given out. Just read. Whole idea behind this quiz is we don't question you. Together, you and I find the answers. And on that note, this is the last question for which I'm not even expecting an answer from you. Take time. Read about Khadar and Bhangar. Read about Khadar and Bhangar. Old and new alluvial. Khadar and Bhangar are interesting soil types. The river floods, wherever the river floods brings with it sediments, and these sediments go deep down below, and with the water and with the sediment, it's fertile. That becomes Khadar. Bhangar is a very unfortunate patchy guy who's sitting up there and just watching the river flow down below because this fellow has already been dealt with. Yes, the river flew through that area, deposited that, and we've been growing crops on it centuries after centuries, and we've sucked every nutrient. So think of an old teacher and a new teacher, right? With experience, that old teacher is still an encyclopedia. Maybe not updated, could be the case. Think of the new teacher who just walks in with all the gizmos and texts, and there gets it done. Khadar and Bhangar is exactly that. You and I, as students, maybe not me, I'm a teacher, You as a student are the crops. Yes. And how philosophically we can connect soil to human connection, because we are made of nothing but soil. What is there in the soil comes in the crop, and that's what goes in this body. Yes. And that's where we have to be this Khadar and Bhangar. Yes. And with that, we're closing this quiz. In my class, my all students are watching this and they're learning from this quiz. Oh, that's brilliant. We really wish young Khadar teachers like Vinay Surbi take this information much, much more out there. To sustain snapper, Ashwini, and there's this one young lady who kept asking, who not just answered but also passed on lot of interesting facts. I completely forgot her name now. Samyukta, yes. To all these people, to that NGP student who helped us in cleaning that lake at Kuruchi, who's going to meet me, Srivats, and Shiva day after tomorrow, 5:30 in Coimbatore, and to everybody here on YouTube, Anu Ganga, SD Khadar, and more. Thank you everybody for playing. And I'm going to end this quiz first on YouTube. That's why my phone's moving left and right. Thank you everybody for joining us on YouTube. I'm ending this live stream. To you guys on Instagram,